The world didn't stop for you this morning. Pause. When the clock struck 5:32, you were already staring at the ceiling, listening to the hum of a city that never seems to rest. Pause. Most people view their mornings as a race to a finish line that doesn't exist. They rush to a job they tolerate, to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. Pause. They are trapped in a cycle of earning and spending, a hamster wheel of social expectations that has no exit door. They think that more money will solve their problems, but they don't realize that their lifestyle is an anchor. Long pause. But you? Pause. You've stopped running. Pause. You realize that the rat race isn't a physical track. It's a mental prison where the bars are made of debt, status, and the desperate need for validation. Pause. While others are fighting for a seat at a table that is already breaking, you are building your own room in total silence. You've stopped looking for permission. If you've started feeling like a stranger in your own social circle, it's not because you're losing your way. It's because you've found a private exit that very few ever see. Long pause. There are 7 unconventional signs that you are becoming wealthy in total silence, escaping a system that was designed to keep you productive but poor. The final sign is the most dangerous one for the status quo because it's the moment you truly become untouchable. Long pause. Sign number 1. The power of the shadow. Pause. In a culture where everyone is screaming for attention, you have chosen to whisper. Pause. Think about the last time you saw a flex online. Someone posting their luxury steering wheel, a designer shopping bag, or a stack of cash. Pause. Why do they do it? It's a cry for validation. It's the ego trying to prove it has value because it feels empty inside. Pause. A decade ago, you might have been that person. You thought success was a loud engine and a shiny logo on your chest. You wanted the world to know you had made it. Pause. But the truly wealthy know that attention is an expense, not an asset. Pause. Attention brings envy. Envy brings unwanted questions. Unwanted questions bring hidden taxes and people who only call when they need something. Pause. You recently achieved a massive personal goal, perhaps a financial milestone or a private win, and you felt zero urge to broadcast it. You realized that the satisfaction of the win was enough. You don't need the applause of strangers to feel successful. In the shadows, your wealth grows without interference. Silence is your new luxury. It is the shield that protects your peace and your portfolio. Long pause. Sign number 2, the cost of freedom calculation. Pause. Most people look at a price tag and ask one simple, dangerous question. Can I afford the monthly payment? Pause. This is how the system keeps people enslaved for 40 years. They don't buy things. They buy debt disguised as lifestyle. They trade 30 days of their life for a car payment and call it victory. Pause. You, however, look at the same tag and ask, how many days of my life am I trading for this? Pause. Imagine you see a high-end luxury vehicle. The sticker says $80,000. Most see a status symbol. You see 4 years of your retirement being set on fire. Pause. You've become hyper-aware of the opportunity cost of every dollar. You realize that an $80,000 car isn't just $80,000 today. It's $800,000 of your future self's freedom lost to depreciation and compound interest. Pause. You're not being frugal because you're afraid of spending. You're being protective because you value your time more than any material object. You've realized that every unnecessary luxury is just a fancy leash that keeps you tethered to a desk. Long pause. Sign number 3, the death of ego in the workspace. Pause. This is a profound shift in consciousness. While your peers are fighting over who gets the corner office or who gets the senior prefix on their business cards, you are focused on the only thing that matters, the delta. Pause. The gap between what you produce and what you keep. Pause. You've realized that a job title is just a temporary label owned by someone else. They can take it away at any moment with a single email. Pause. You view your employment as a high-yield contract, not a personality trait. You've detached your self-worth from the company's mission statement. You don't bleed for the corporate colors anymore. Pause. This detachment gives you a superpower. You are immune to office politics. Pause. Because you aren't desperate for the next promotion to fund a lifestyle you can't afford, you can speak the truth. You don't have to play the game. You are the most dangerous person in the room because you are the only one who can afford to leave tomorrow without a second thought. Long pause. Sign number 4. The financial fortress. Pause. Most people live in a financial fog. They have a vague idea of what they earn and an even vaguer idea of where it goes. They hope there's enough left at the end of the month, and if there isn't, they use a credit card to bridge the gap. Pause. You operate like a CEO of your own life. You've automated your wealth. You have built a system where your money is moved into investments before you even have a chance to touch it. Pause. You've moved past the budgeting phase and into the architecting phase. You aren't counting pennies, you are managing flows. Pause. You have an emergency fund that could last you a year. This isn't just money, it's quiet sleep. You have insurance for the things that matter, and zero concern for the things that don't. Pause. You are building systems that don't require your daily intervention. You've realized that true wealth isn't about how much money you make in an hour. It's about how many years you can live without working. Long pause. Sign number 5. The arrival of the silent employee. Pause. This is the most exciting stage of the journey. This is that first stream of income that didn't require your sweat, your stress, or your presence. Pause. It might be tiny. Maybe it's a dividend check for $12 or a small interest payment from a bank account. Pause. The average person laughs at $12. They think it's not worth the effort. But you, pause. You see it for what it really is. A silent employee that works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year without complaining or taking a sick day. Pause. You've realized that if you can make $12 without trading an hour for it, you have cracked the code. The math is the same for 12,000. Pause. You no longer believe the lie that labor is the only path to capital. You are now a collector of assets, not a collector of paychecks. Every dividend is a tiny soldier fighting for your freedom while you sleep. Long pause. Sign number 6. A shift in your social appetite. Pause. Have you noticed that your conversations have changed? Pause. You no longer fit into circles where the main topics are the grind, complaining about the boss, or debating which celebrity is dating who. Pause. You find yourself seeking out the company of those who talk about ideas, systems, and legacy. You crave depth instead of noise. Pause. You've become okay with being the boring friend, the one who still drives the same car from 5 years ago, the one who doesn't have a wild story about a weekend spent blowing a month's salary at a club. Pause. You've realized that social pressure is just a tax on the insecure. Most people are spending money they don't have to impress people they don't like, and you've opted out of that game. Pause. You would rather be wealthy and look average than look wealthy and be bankrupt. Your circle has gotten smaller, but the quality of the people inside it has skyrocketed. Long pause. Sign number 7. Lifestyle decoupling. Pause. This is the ultimate sign of the elite wealth builder. It is the decoupling of your income from your image. Pause. As your earnings have climbed, whether through raises, side hustles, or investments, your footprint has stayed exactly the same. Pause. You are living the gap strategy. Most people use their raises to buy a bigger cage, a bigger house, a more expensive car, more subscriptions. They close the gap between income and expenses as fast as possible. Pause. You use your raises to buy a shorter sentence. You open the gap wider every single year. Pause. The person who earns 200,000 but lives on 50 is 10 times wealthier than the person who earns 500,000 and lives on 490. Why? Because the first person owns their time. The second person is just a highly paid slave to their own lifestyle. Pause. You have mastered the art of being rich but not famous. You have the resources to do whatever you want, but the wisdom to want very little. Long pause. If these signs describe your life, you aren't just saving money, you are reclaiming your humanity. Pause. The hidden finance universe isn't about numbers on a ledger. It's about the freedom to wake up and decide what your day looks like without asking for permission. Pause. You are no longer a cog in the machine. You are the one who realized the machine is optional. Pause. You have stopped asking, how much does it cost? And started asking, is this worth my life? Long pause. Stay quiet. Pause. Stay focused. Pause. The exit is closer than you think. Long pause. Welcome to the world they don't want you to see. Long pause.